What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of F1Talk. And while there has been some degree of news, uh, man, I'll tell you what, we'll get into that in a second. Joe, how's your weekend been? How's your week doing? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Just happy Lunar New Year's for those of you if you are Asian.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy Lunar New Year, man. That's a big one, actually.
Yeah, it's a big one for us. It's like a Christmas for
Yeah,
in the United States. Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah,
New Year's
yeah.
Eve. Yeah.
So if you
So yeah, I'm
celebrate,
I'm I'm
we celebrate with you.
having some fun and some gathering. Aside from that, nothing special.
Just chill. That's chill.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of chillness has been a bit in the news recently. Like,
Oh yeah.
listen, guys. Like, we like to bring you some entertaining perspectives, and quite frankly, there just hasn't been anything that entertaining this week. And we could sit here and kind of discuss some matters, but straight up, I will bore you to death. Like, even Joe and I were talking about it earlier. We were both dozing off at the prospect of talking about
Yeah,
these
I
things,
was
right?
half asleep.
Yeah. No, I was telling Joe, like, I could talk about Saudi Arabia trying to, like, buy F1 and why that's not a good idea, and why we shouldn't prop up, like, a terrorist supporting government, or why there's like commentary. I can't remember who was talking about it, but oh, we need to have Russia back on the F1 calendar, and why how that's just Russia's attempt at kind of establishing relevancy when they don't really have anymore in like the world. Like
Boring.
it's
Boring.
boring, right? And then, like, in terms of, like, personal dialogues, like, okay, Hamilton was interviewed and says he has respect for Verstappen, but we all know Verstappen really doesn't have or treat him with respect back.
It's
Toto
not.
Wolff and
It's not a
Horner.
news. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the same thing.
yeah. Toto Wolff
It's
says, like,
yeah,
he lives rent-free in Christian Horner's head, but let's be honest, they both live in each other's heads rent
yeah,
free, right?
yeah,
Like,
and it's not news anymore. It's been there for quite some time
exactly.
now. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, really, if you think about it, it's probably been that way since for the last like 10 years.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
like, what's the point of talking about this? Like,
yeah, yeah,
really, what we have a lot to look forward to, and that's
that's
the
for sure.
things that we
Yeah.
are the most excited to kind of get into with you guys. So, Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we have to look forward to?
So first of all, of course, the new season is coming within 43 days, I believe, because or maybe yeah, about around 43, 40 days. And new cars is coming out, new
Yep.
review is coming out. So for that matter, we're gonna do live streaming to do
Yeah.
reactions on hot take on the news on the car, and
Yeah.
also we're gonna do a lot of starting from this year, starting from this new season. We're also gonna reformat it into, I believe, 2 to 3 videos talking about doing different things, right? Like, of course, we're gonna have our daily, weekly news
Yep.
content for YouTube for Object Passion Motorsports for F1, but also we're gonna do live on the reaction of the race,
Live.
yeah, the reaction of the race, and then potentially gonna do a technology talk, like a lot of audience, a lot of people that you wanted to us to you want us to go in deep with, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, we are not like the expert on that, but we'll try our best to
Yeah,
do stuff like
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. I think the most exciting thing that Joe and I are looking forward to is doing lives. Like, typically, we deliver to you guys particularly those of you who are in the UK. We deliver to you guys like the next day a race reaction, and we like the idea of either doing a race reaction or like race prediction live right before the race or doing a race reaction immediately after. So let us
Yeah.
know down in the comments which one you would prefer, because we don't want to do a live throughout the race because like we want to watch the race and we think guys do too, right? So there's already commentary going on. You don't
Yeah.
need our commentary on top
Yeah.
of that, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, you may miss like team orders and communication and moments, and there's no point. So let us know if you want us to do like race predictions live, like maybe half an hour, to 45 minutes before the race, or do an immediate race reaction, maybe like 10 minutes after the race is done. That's something that
I prefer
we
10 minutes after the races though. That's that way I can. That way I
Yeah.
don't have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Dude, I'm with you there. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a very, very fair point, man.
on Sunday
yeah.
night. On Sunday night, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, God. Oh man, for us, yeah, it's brutal here in the U.S. The European schedule is
Yeah.
is rough.
But again, let us know down below what do you like seeing us do. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Joe and I are going to delve into the technical stuff a bit more. We're going to try and find a fun way of doing it, right? Like, one of the technical bits of news that came out was like, oh, Ferrari may have gained between 15 and 30
Yeah.
horsepower, and Mercedes may have gained, 15
16
horsepower, 16, yeah. And like, that's all very like dry, like stale toast, you
Yeah.
know, kind of info. So we're trying to figure out a formula of how to deliver the technical stuff. It's not that we don't understand it. It's about the challenge of bringing it to you guys in an entertaining fashion, right?
it's the deliverable. It's a
Yeah.
little bit hard for us, to be honest.
Yeah. And so that's because that's what we want to be. Like, if you want F1 news, there's a lot of outlets out there, but if you want F1 news that's entertaining, we want to be your source for that, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have a lot to look forward to, like Joe said. We have the new car reveals. We are thinking also about doing live reactions immediately after the car reveals. So
And that's coming up. The first car reveal, I believe, is Mercedes. It's gonna be February 15th, so it's pretty soon.
yeah, just in a couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
make sure you guys tune in. We'll post it kind of like as a premiere thing, so you'll get notified early on about that. And we are very interested in chatting with you guys and getting
Yeah.
involved and getting to know some of you in the community here of Object Passion F1 Talk. That's kind of the fun of it.
Yeah.
So it's we've got a lot to look forward to. It's just this week has been a snooze fest as far as
It's
news
just
is
one of those
concerned.
weeks that there's no news. And
Yeah,
it's the news.
yeah.
No news is the news.
Yeah, exactly. So let's cut it off there. There's really nothing more
There's
to
nothing, man.
really say, but
There's
exciting
nothing.
things coming around the corner.
Yeah. No, there's nothing. I mean,
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you from Joe and I. Bear with us. The season is coming. Can't come actually truly soon enough.
March,
And,
right? I believe it's
yeah.
March. First Bahrain testing.
But at the very least, the car reveals will give us some excitement.
Yeah.
And
then
we
the
can-
car review is gonna go through the whole month, I believe, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be back to back to back to back.
Right,
of the
right.
car reveal. So
And we'll be able to get into the technical differences
yeah,
and the decisions that the teams have made with the respective
yeah, and
vehicles,
even
you know?
even the drivers comment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. So there is a lot to look forward to. Just bear with us a little while longer and we'll bring you some fun and entertaining new F1 content.
please, please.
Please.